everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you guys are new. Today's video is going to be a get ready with me for an Ed Sheeran concert. So this is the finished look. I've already filmed this video. It is going to be a long one, so beware, grab a snack if you guys are getting ready, especially if you're getting ready for a concert too. Let me know down below in the comments. But this is the look I'm going to be creating. I went for just a kind of classic, sort of a sparkly golden look. I really like how it turned out and I hope that you guys do too. But let's go ahead and just jump into the get ready with me. Okay, so I think I want to do the eye makeup first, but I want to go ahead and add a moisturizing primer. I'm just going to let this kind of sink into the skin before I start with like the rest of my face makeup. But this is the Wet n Wild Glass Correct, and currently I have on the Eye Unique SPF product. It's already been on my skin for about 10 minutes or so, but I just want to add this because I want a nice moisturized base for my skin. I just love how glowy this makes my skin. This is such a pretty primer. I really like it, even though it's not really like super redness correcting, but I really like it anyways, just as a regular primer. Okay, so for all my makeup, I'm trying to consider like what's gonna make it last the longest because I'm about to have this makeup on for so long. So I really want to think about longevity with everything on the face. So I'm going to start out with eye primer. This is the CoverGirl Lid Lockup, and I really do think that this makes my makeup or my eyeshadow last a lot longer than it would without a primer. And I think this is one of the better ones in my collection. I'm pretty sure I'm about to have this makeup on for about 16 hours. So I'm really trying to make it last as long as possible. I'm letting this kind of set down for a minute before I add on any eyeshadows, just for about a minute or so, and then I'll jump in with the eyeshadows. But I want to make sure that to really set the eyelid with the primer. All right, let's go ahead and start with the eyeshadow. So I want to start out with this Milani palette. I've been starting like every single makeup look with this palette, but that's why I got it, was to be a companion palette. And then I'm also going to use the Kathleen Lights and Il Makiage Disco Fox palette for this look because I want something really neutral but really sparkly. And while I could use the Glaminatrix Nearly Natural palette, if I put on too many of those shimmer shades, it can crease on me a little bit. And like I said, we're going for longevity. And for some reason, the last few days when I've been thinking about the look I wanted to create, I was thinking about this palette. So I'm just gonna go ahead and use that one. But for starters, I'm gonna go in with the lightest shade from the Milani palette. And I wanna just put this all over the lid. I really like to put this type of a shade on top of my eyeshadow primer, just to really set the eyelid. But if you're following along with this tutorial and you have deeper skin, then one of these shades might work for you to do that, but I just like to dip into something, or you could also use your face powder for that step. Okay, I'm gonna take the shade called Later Days, which is the lightest matte shade in the palette, and I'm actually gonna use that on a smaller brush. Okay, something more like this, and I wanna put this in the crease. I'm going for my pretty typical shape of eyeshadow look. I'm just making it a little bit more glam today because I really like putting kind of a mid-tone shade in the crease and then maybe a little bit of depth on the outer corner and then a shimmer shade on the lid. That's just my favorite type of a look. And when I go to concerts, sometimes I feel like I want to try something really unique and really fun and bold, but then I always seem to regret doing that. And I always love how everyone's makeup looks when they just do like the really glam, natural type look. So I want to try that today instead of creating like a super colorful look or something. When we went on our cruise, we actually ended up going to a concert in Vancouver because we were there the same night as an artist that my brother really likes. So we ended up buying last minute tickets and going to that show. Like we bought the tickets when probably the first opener was already on stage and then we just headed that way. So it was actually really nice just to go, but you know, we had been traveling that day. We had just made it to Vancouver, and so we were in our airport clothes and everything. So it was a little bit weird to like go to a concert that I didn't have time to like get ready for. So I'm really excited that today I have time to like actually get ready. But there was something kind of fun about that too, because there wasn't any stress about like, what am I gonna wear? What makeup am I gonna do? You know, we had to just go. So it was actually really fun. And I knew a lot more songs than I thought I would. So it was the country singer Luke Combs. And I know a lot of his songs. I feel like when I hear songs, I don't ever know like who the artist is sometimes. And I was surprised. I knew like almost all of his songs. I think there were only like one or two I didn't know. So we had a really good time, and I was glad that I knew so many of the songs. So that was fun. I just love how these shadows blend out over that light shade. I feel like it just makes everything so much easier to blend, but I really like this depth. This is about as deep as I want the look to be on top of the crease. I don't really like this area here to be too bright or too dark, like too colorful, meaning bright, or too deep. I feel like it really closes my eyes because of my eye shape, so I'm really happy with this color here. So next up, I'm gonna go into the shade Hello Wisconsin, which is this one in the middle. And I'm gonna put that on the outer portion of the lid and then in the crease, but just not bring it as high as the last shade. So far the look is a little bit more rounded, but I do want to bring it out a little bit, I think. So I'm just going to kind of use whatever's still on the brush from those two colors and pull it out on this outer corner just a little bit, just like that, not too much, but I want it to be a little bit more of like a V shape out here versus the rounded edge. I'm gonna pick up more of the shade Later Days, which was the lighter shade, and just blend this up top to make sure that it looks really seamless. Okay, with a different brush, this one's a little bit of an angled brush. It's called an angled shading brush. I'm gonna pick up these two shades right here on the same one, which are Boogie Shoes and Hello Wisconsin. And then I'm gonna put this on the outer corner of the lid. Just gonna flick it inwards a little bit. I'm not really putting this more than like the inner or the outer third of the eye. I'm not bringing it in any more than that. But I'm starting to build some depth on the outer corner. The reason I'm using a different brush is so that I can use the old one with the lighter colors to blend if I need to with what I'm putting down. It will just make it a little bit easier. Okay, so I'm actually gonna dip back into the Milani palette with this lightest shade and then a little bit of the third shade. And I wanna use that here just to kind of blend that little bit. Okay, I'm gonna pick up a little bit of You're So Vain with a smaller kind of pencil brush. I'm gonna tap the brush off to get some of that extra pigment off. So now it's just a little bit less intimidating. And then I'm gonna pack this on the very outer corner with a pretty light hand. I'm trying to kind of blend and pack at the same time, if that makes sense. If you use a light enough hand, it can kind of blend it for you. I find that it just makes it less patchy. But that just built up a lot of depth. So here is with that darker shade and then without it. I just really like the depth that that brings to the look. With that first fluffy brush I'm using, I'm not picking up anything else. I'm just going to run this in the crease just to kind of make sure everything still looks nice and blended. Okay, I think I'm happy with this as the matte base, and then now it's time for the fun part. We're gonna add some of these really pretty shimmers to the lid. Okay, before I add the shimmer shades, I'm gonna use this NYX glitter primer. This is so good at helping your shimmer shades last longer without creasing, and it can also help a lot with fallout if you've already done your face makeup especially. But I'm just tapping this on the lid. I'm not putting it on like the very outer portion, but I am bringing it over pretty far because I think I'm just gonna go ahead and like layer up the shimmer shades. So I saw Kathleen Lights' recent video using this to create like the latte makeup or whatever, and she used the shade Hot Stuff all over the lid, which is, oh gosh, I think she used the shade Hot Shade. I don't know, I might be making that up. I'm pretty sure that she used this shade here called Hot Stuff, and I really want to use this one. So I'm going to layer up some of the lighter shades, but I want to start out with the shade Hot Stuff right in the center of the lid. I'm just going to pack that on. Yeah, this is gorgeous. I was so glad to see Kathleen post a video using this because I feel like it's been a while since she had posted a look with it. And I know it's a neutral palette, so like, it's not like you need a million videos to show you how to use this palette, but it just inspires me to reach for it again. That's really why I love videos about palettes, because even if I don't recreate the exact look, it just like inspires me to use it. But these shades are pretty similar to what she used because, like I said, it's a neutral palette. So the looks tend to look pretty similar, I feel like, which I am totally okay with. Her look was really pretty in that video. So again, using that first brush, I'm just going to lightly blend the crease area just to make sure I've got the shimmer kind of blended into it. Like, look how pretty just that one shade is too. I love it. Okay. So next, I'm gonna pick up a little bit of the Copa right here. And I want to put this on the inner portion of the lid. I really should have redone my nails before today, but we're just gonna go with it. They started breaking, so I had to cut them, and now I feel like they just look so sad. Yeah, I love that. Okay, this is so pretty. Because these shimmers are so lightweight and like dry feeling, they really don't crease on my lids. I'll let you know if they crease today, but as much as I've worn this palette, I've really never noticed any creasing, which is just really, really nice. I'm getting glitter all over my shirt though, so it's a good thing that I'm not already dressed for what I'm gonna wear today. Okay, I'm gonna pick up a little bit more of Hot Stuff, which was the more like golden tone shade, because I wanna make sure that that one is the star of the show, really. I just wanted the lighter shade to kind of like blend into that. Yeah, I love that. Okay. Love, love, love. I think I'm gonna use a little bit of this deepest shimmer shade just on the outer corner. Like just barely, right there. That one is called Funky Town. And it's this one here in the corner. I love it. I wish I had bigger eyelids so I could just put more shimmer shades on them. So again, with that first brush, I'm just going to blend everything in the crease area. But I'm kind of thinking I actually am going to bring the shimmer shades up a little bit higher, like into the crease. I really do like that look sometimes, and I feel like today is one of those days. So I'm just bringing this up a little bit higher, like into the crease area, and like covering the matte shades with the shimmer, but a little bit lighter. It's not quite as packed on as it is on the lid. Yeah, that's fun. So here's the more standard placement that I usually do in like all of my looks. And then here's the one where I brought the shimmer shade up. I just feel like when my eyes are open, you can still see all the shimmers, and I really like that, especially because this is like makeup for a concert. It's not just like everyday makeup. So I would love this for every day too, though, don't get me wrong. But I kind of wanted to do something a little bit different than what I usually do. I'm loving this. And I'm bringing that gold shade all the way out to the outer part of the look as well. That deepest shade is really only on the outer corner. I don't want to pull that up into the crease area, but yeah, I love this. Okay, I'm so excited about this. I feel like once I get the look all the way done too, I'm gonna love it even more. So I'm excited for that. So I am just gonna use a makeup wipe that I've been using. I just use this to like wipe off fallout and shimmer shades off of my fingertips when I use them too. And so I'm just using that to pick up the glitter fallout. I'm not really like cleaning up the edge here, like with a sharp line or anything, but I am wiping up underneath this edge just to make sure it's off my face where I'm gonna put face makeup. And that's gonna be it for now for the eye look. Okay, I took a little bit of a break and I've now fixed my hairpins, and now it's time to complete the look. I'm so excited about this look. I have a feeling it's gonna be a good makeup day. Just cross our fingers that that is going to happen. Okay, so in the spirit of hoping the makeup will stay as long as possible, I'm gonna use this primer. This is the Hourglass Mineral Veil Primer. Emily from Emily's Makeup Bag made me buy this primer. This is what she uses whenever she wants her makeup to last all day long. She's been through like a bunch of them. And I agree. I really like this one. I just have a mini of it, but this is what I'm going to use today. I know I used that Wet n Wild one, but that was like 20 minutes ago or more. So it's definitely, you know, already sunk into the skin, so now I'm going to use this one. This one definitely feels like a more oil-based primer, so it has a different texture to it, but this will make your makeup last so long. It is pricey, so I really only use it when I really need my makeup to last a long time, but I do really like this one. So I got a new foundation. I actually have gotten 4 new foundations in the last 3 weeks, and 2 of them just came in the mail. One of them is this one from Revlon. It's the Illuminance one that's been going crazy. I'm gonna film a video with this tomorrow because I cannot try a new foundation when I needed it to last 16 hours. I also picked up the L'Oreal True Match. I used this one yesterday and I really liked it. So as much as I want to use that Revlon one, I'm going to stick to the tried and true. I'm going to use my Purito BB cream. This is like my go-to when I need a foundation that has no questions about it, whether it's going to look good or not. This is what I choose. It's got good coverage. It's got long wearing abilities. I don't know. It is long wearing. It's so good. I really like this one, but I am going to mix it in with, I can't decide, one of these. I think I'm gonna mix it in with the Physicians Formula one, but I think the way that I'm gonna do that is use mostly Purito and then just like a little drop of the Physicians Formula one. I don't really know why, just because I feel like it, I guess. So I really am almost out of this Purito one and I need to get a new one after that. Like I cannot be without this foundation in my collection. I have a review video on this, by the way, and I just realized a couple days ago that it's my most viewed video on my channel, so that was cool to see. But I love this foundation, so, you know, that's nice. But if you want to see a review of that foundation on its own, I will link it below. But I'm just going to start out with this, like mostly Purito, a little bit of Physicians Formula. In the Purito one, I've got the shade 21, which you can see is like gray toned. I don't know what it is about it, but it just works for my skin. Like the gray tone is what my skin really needs, and I love it. So I'm just gonna mix these together. The reason I'm mixing it in is just to add a slight bit more coverage. Even though the Purito one has really nice coverage on its own, I feel like you can build it up. I just wanted to be a little bit extra today. That's the only reason I'm mixing it, just because I feel like it. I love this BB cream. I don't really know what the difference of a BB cream and a foundation is, but I mean, I feel like this BB cream is just amazing, so that's why I use it. So lately I have been only putting foundation on this part of my face, and then once it's all blended in, I will start to bring it up on the forehead, and that has really cut down on my forehead wrinkles and in between my eyebrows there, because I've got some pretty deep set wrinkles there, so I've been noticing that has helped a lot. I'm just gonna pick up the little bit that's still on my hand with the sponge and then blend it out. I probably could have used that Cica clearing product from Dr. Jart, but I'm just now thinking about that, so too late now. But yeah, I just feel like this looks so pretty, and I can always add concealer to cover up, you know, some of the redness there. My skin is extra red today, so I'm definitely not surprised that it's not all getting covered up. Okay, I'm gonna add a little bit more of just the Purito to the cheeks. I almost picked that up on Prime Day when it was just a little bit on sale, but I really did not want to pick up a foundation until it's like actually gone, because I feel like I always do that, and then it takes me forever to use up the other one. So once I actually use this one up, I will be repurchasing it because it's just like my go-to. Out of anything else, this is the one I reach for. So good, love it. Okay, for concealer, I've been obsessed with this one lately from NARS. This is the Soft Matte Concealer in the potted packaging. I love this concealer. I feel like it's got more coverage than any of my concealers. I am almost completely out of my only remaining full coverage concealer, or the one that I would consider to be full coverage, which is the Pure 4-in-1. I am actually trying to use up this one from Pure because it is so close to being empty. So I'm going to use that on the cheeks to cover up the redness. but I am now scraping the sides of this concealer. Okay, I'm really liking how the complexion is looking. I definitely have on some full coverage makeup. Like you can tell I have on makeup, and I'm having a really bad skin day, like with my texture. But I think other than that, like it looks really good. And even considering that, I still think it looks good. So I'm gonna go ahead and set all this down. I did add just a tiny bit more of that NARS concealer off camera, but I'm gonna use this RCMA No Color Setting Powder. And I am going to kind of pack this on the under eyes. I probably should use my little powder puff for this, but I've already got it on the brush, so we're just gonna go with it. But I'm just going to really make sure that the under eye area is set. And then I'm also going to set right by the nose area because that is where my makeup tends to break up the fastest, is right around the nose area. So I want to make sure that is nice and set down. But I'm not going to leave this on too long. I'm going to go ahead and dust it off. I don't like to leave like a baking powder or anything like that on for like 10 minutes or something. I know some people leave it on for a really long time, but my skin is not oily by any stretch of the imagination, so I really don't like to have powder just sitting on it. So for the rest of the face, I'm just going to set it pretty regularly. Like I'm not going to pack the powder on. I'm just going to dust over the rest of it, which is going to mattify the skin, and I really do want like a more dewy look, but we will remedy that in a minute. But this will help my makeup last a lot longer, especially here too on the cheek area. I just really like this powder when I want my makeup to last all day. And then I'm also setting the forehead lightly. Okay, like I mentioned, I want a little bit of that glow to still show on my face. So I'm gonna use this Halo Glow powder from e.l.f. just on like the outer parts of the face where I want the glow back a little bit, because this is a really lightweight powder. And day to day, this is really nice to set my face too, like underneath the eyes and everything. I actually used this several times this last week, and my under eyes were so smooth, and like even now they're smooth, but they were even like a little bit smoother with this powder. I think today, like the RCMA was the best way to go because I wanted it to be more long wearing, whereas this is just like really, really pretty for every day. It just gives like a nice sheen on the skin, and I wanted to add a little bit of that on top of the other powder, so it will just set it more too. I just wanted to put that on the outer parts of the face, so that's pretty much it for that powder. I don't even know if you'll be able to tell on camera, but I think as I wear this, it will help it to look more glowy. It's a really, really nice powder though. I've got mine in the shade Light Pink, if you're wondering. So many powders flying around. For my cheek products, I'm just going to use powder products. I could have used like a layer of cream products and then a layer of powder, but I forgot about it because I was trying to make sure I got my face set down before any creasing started to happen. So I'm starting out with this powder contour from Hailey's Beauty. This is in their light shade, and it's a really nice powder contour, especially if you've forgotten that you wanted to use a cream one and then you need a powder one, but I really like this one. I did get this in PR, by the way, but my opinion on it is my own, and I do not let the fact that it came in PR sway my opinion in any way. So, you know, even if I had bought this with my own money, I would tell you that I really liked it. Then for bronzer, I'm going to use this. This is actually like another contour, so if I want more warmth, I might add that later, but this is the Charlotte Tilbury Film Star Bronze and Glow Duo. And this is like a more neutral tone bronzer. It's not too warm tone, but it's not gray either, but I just really like this. And for some reason, I've been really wanting to reach into this duo lately. I do think I'm gonna want more warmth, but for now, I'm gonna go ahead and finish up the cheek products, and then I can always add a third bronzer if I want to later. So I think let's start out with this more subtle highlight, and then I might end up layering a more intense one if I want to later, but for now, I'm just gonna put this on. For blush, I'm gonna use this one. This has been the one that I have been using every single day. This is She's So LA from Patrick Ta. It's their cream and powder duo. I really, really like this one. I wanna find a blush that's almost like a bronzer. I know that the Bare Minerals ones are called blonzers, but they're really just like glowy blushes, but I really wanna find like a really warm tone blush that's not orange, but it's almost like a bronzer tone that would almost like really match the look that I have on right now. But I do feel like this one would be really pretty. I just don't really want anything like super pink toned, I guess. Also, in the meantime, I'm gonna add a little bit of this lip glossy from Kopari just to moisturize my lips a little bit before a lip product. I'm actually gonna use the same brush from the bronzer products I was using. I'm gonna start out with the powder blush. I am kind of building this up a little bit more than I might think that I want because my blush always does fade a little bit quickly. So I'm wearing this for a long time and I really want it to look, you know, good towards the end of the day still. And I don't want my blush to just not really show up anymore. This is a really long wearing blush though, but I feel like no matter what blush I use, a little bit of it does fade. So just putting on a little bit more than I might would otherwise. And I'm making sure to build this in light layers. I feel like I've got a little bit of like patching right here. So I'm gonna use my face powder just to kind of blend that out. I don't think it's the blush though. I've never had any patching with it, but it might just be kind of a combination that I have a lot more products on the face than I'm used to. Okay, then I'm gonna pick up a different brush and go into the cream side of the product. I'm kind of using a light hand with the cream side of it, but I do feel like it does help the powder side sit down and last longer. So I do really like this one. Okay, I'm starting to really like how the face makeup is turning out and all the cheek products. I'm gonna pause on the face makeup and go ahead and finish up the brows because I feel like it's kind of thrown me off. So I wanna go ahead and finish those. I'm gonna do the brows off camera. I feel like I always do the same brow routine, so I'm just gonna use the NYX Lift and Snatch. This is an ash brown, and then I'm gonna use the clear brow gel from Anastasia, and then I'll be right back. Okay, I got the brows done, and now I'm liking the look even more. I'm so excited for today. I'm just really pumped about this. Okay, so I do think I want a little bit more warmth on the skin. I do like how it's looking, but I want just like a little bit of warmth. So I'm just gonna use the exact same brush I was using earlier, even with the blush, and I'm just gonna pick up a tiny little bit of this one from Spectrum. This is one of my favorite like warm tone bronzers. They did send this to me. I like to just mention that because I don't want you guys to think I'm like hiding something. People get really weird about like PR products. But I really do like this one. I love the packaging of it. Look how cute that is. But this just helps to add just a little bit of warmth, nothing too crazy. I'm also bringing this down the neck a little bit. And then I'm gonna pick up my sponge and just lightly press over all of the cheek products and help them blend together. So I'm pretty much gonna press over all the skin except for the immediate under eye area because sometimes I can find that the sponge will disrupt the powder that's there and I really don't want that. So I'm not gonna do that. But otherwise, I feel like it helps mesh everything together. Okay, I think it's time we finish up the eye look now that we've got the face makeup like pretty much done. I do think I'm gonna add a little bit of a bolder highlight, but we'll save that for the end. So I'm gonna pick up more of that lightest matte shade. I cannot remember the names of these shades for some reason. This one's called Later Days. And I wanna run this on the lower lash line. Okay, and then I want to pick up the lightest shimmer shade called Super Freak. I want to put that on the inner corner and also fill in this little gap right here, kind of like on the very inner portion of the lid, kind of into that inner corner area. I want to put that shade right there. So I'm trying to figure out the best way to do that without getting a bunch of fallout all over the skin. And try it with a brush. No, that's like a ton of fallout. So I'm gonna pick it up with a brush and then spray just one little time with the e.l.f. setting spray. Any setting spray would work. I'm gonna try that instead. Okay, that worked a lot better. Inevitably, there is a little bit of fallout, so I'm just gonna try and brush that away. I also want to use this brown eyeliner from NYX. This is the deepest brown shade. I want to put this on the waterline and the tight line. Gosh, that always makes my eyes water. It just like tickles, like it just makes them water immediately. As much as I really want a like tiny little winged liner. I don't trust myself for that. I'm like really happy with how the look is turning out, and I just don't trust myself to do the winged liner. So putting the brown liner on the tight line and the waterline is as much as I trust myself. I'm just going to pile up the mascara and leave it at that, because I think that I'm happy with how it is now, and I do not want to chance messing it up because I can't tell you how many times I've done my liner and then I don't like how it looks, and then I just feel like I don't like the look anymore. So we're gonna leave it. I'm happy with it. I mentioned this in a recent video. It was a random get ready with me video. This is the best setting spray for your makeup to last like all day long. Now, the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush setting spray, that one right there with the gold top, I've got the mini and the full size. That one's really good too. This one is like that next level. It's so good. So I'm gonna use this one because I don't want my makeup to budge. And then I might use a little bit of that one like after this one's set down. I'm gonna go ahead and spray this before I put on mascara. So I'm gonna do that now. Gotta hold it back like pretty far though. This is not a setting spray that I would want to use every day because it definitely has like a high alcohol concentration. Like it's pretty strong. But I do use it every now and then. Like that video that I've mentioned, the random get ready with me video and then today are actually like the only 2 times I've used it in like definitely at least the last 6 months. So I really just save it for like when I really need my makeup to last. But like even now, I've never had Botox before, but I'm telling you, like, that's what it feels like in my forehead. Like my forehead does not want to move. So it really does make your look stay like it is. All right, well, I am really happy with how it's looking. So I'm gonna go ahead and pile up some mascara. I am gonna curl the lashes. I also have a new mascara I wanna try, but I'm not risking that today. I'm gonna use this one instead. This is a tubing mascara from LA Colors. It's the Biggie Lash. I don't have a waterproof mascara open right now, and I didn't really want to go buy one, so I'm just going to use this tubing mascara because I feel like it is pretty water resistant until you put warm water on it, which is how you remove it. So I'm going to go ahead and pile this up, probably like a good 3 coats on the top lashes, and then 1 like baby little coat on the bottom lashes. And then we'll be right back to add the lip and then probably touch up the cheek products a little bit because those do fade a little bit faster. So I'll be right back. Okay, I do want to add a different highlight. So I'm gonna add this one from this palette that's broken. This is the Revolution or I Heart Revolution Rose Gold Glow palette. I don't even know if this is a thing anymore, but I'm gonna use the more golden tone highlight. This one is pretty blinding, so I'm gonna use a light hand, but I'm okay with it being, you know, a little extra glowy today. Most of my highlights are more pink toned, so this one is a good option. That's more golden. Okay, I feel like I'm happy with how this is looking now. I'm gonna take my hair down so I can see like how it will look. I don't even know how I'm doing my hair yet. It's currently drying, so I gotta figure that out. I was kind of thinking about doing like little sections up and then curling the rest, but I'll come back and show you guys the full look once I finish my hair. But I really did just want to see the makeup look like with my hair down. I think I'm happy with it. I actually really like it. I told you guys today was going to be a good makeup day. So for lipstick, I'll wipe that off a little bit, that glossy lip. What I really want to wear is this because it lasts so long. This is a Maybelline Vinyl. It's in the shade Cheeky, but it's kind of like a neutral pink tone. And I feel like something more warm tone would be really nice with this look. So I'm gonna put this on and just see if I like it. I can always take it off because this is my most long wearing, like it wears really well, really long. And I kind of just wanna wear this because it's easier. But if it doesn't go, then I might need to use a bullet lipstick instead. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I just want it to be more warm tone. Okay, well, I still need to do my hair, so I'm gonna take this off and put a warm tone lipstick on, and then I could decide after that. I don't know. So I'm gonna use the KKW Beauty Lip Liner. I'm pretty sure this one's the shade Nude 1. I don't know. Yeah, this one is Nude 1. They're getting so short to where I'm sharpening off the name now. See, the Charlotte Tilbury one would be really pretty too. It is more like just neutral. I used my points to get this one, Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk, because I used up my full-size one. This is like the little baby lipstick. Okay, I got my Fenty lipstick. This one is in the shade Mother Lava, and this is like my perfect warm tone neutral lip. So I feel like this will be the one I want to wear. Yeah, I feel like that looks a lot better. Just with this eye look, I think I like the more warm tone kind of lip, but this one's still pretty long wearing for a bullet lipstick especially. And I think it'll be all right. So I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna just take this little combo with me so that I can touch it up as I need to, but I'm really excited with how this look turned out. So I turned my brightness up a little bit so that you guys can actually see the look really well, but this is how it turned out. I feel like it took a really long time to do this, but I was just enjoying doing my makeup. So I hope that you guys like this longer style video, but I'm gonna go ahead and do my hair. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, figure something out, change, and then I will show you guys the actual like finished completed look. So I will be right back. Okay, so this is the finished result from the whole concert look. I did go ahead and curl my hair. I decided not to do the pinned up look. I had them in there and I just took them out. I think I'm just gonna rock the kind of plain curled hair. And then I've got this cute little like peachy pink top on. I feel like it goes okay with the golden sort of a look. And I'm just really enjoying this look. I'm really happy with how it turned out. I think I might change to some like different jewelry. I don't know, but for now I just have this on like I had on while I got ready. But I'm thinking I might put on some hoops or something. So we'll see if I end up changing my jewelry. But thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I know it was a long one, but I really enjoyed just sitting down and being able to actually get ready for the concert. So if you guys are going to a concert and you guys got ready with me, let me know. I really have been just looking forward to this. So Ed Sheeran is someone that I've wanted to see in concert for so long. And I told my husband if he ever goes on tour again, I am buying a ticket to that show. And so the day that they went on sale, we bought these tickets. So I'm just super excited. And yeah, we're about to head to the concert. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching. Bye.